I've been writing for about 5 years now, specifically in journals, and commonplace books. But I am relatively new, actually, to pocket notebooks, so I have been experimenting with them, and I've really fallen in love with them in 2025. I think I really found a good groove, and I really want to share that groove, really that rhythm, with you guys, because I understand that pocket notebooks have kind of really blown up this year. It's really become a phenomenon in itself. So I want to be a helpful resource for anyone who has a pocket notebook but can't quite figure out what to put in it. Let me show you the first idea to really give you an example of what I'm talking about. I think it's safe to say that we all have those days where we just feel sluggish, right? Every action we take, everything we do, every step we take just feels heavier, just feels harder to move in general. And yeah, it's human. It's human nature to feel unmotivated sometimes. Well, this notebook is specifically geared to fight against that. And from direct experience, things like writing down quotes from movies or maybe a podcast or radio show or a song, really anywhere is what I'm trying to tell you. Quotes that fire you up, really light that fire inside of you. Or maybe it's some kind of affirmations or mantras that really line up with your personal philosophy. This may just be me, but I'm a very big believer that while, yes, it is good to get reassurance and support from other people and outside resources, of course that's a positive thing. I'm not arguing against that by any means. But I'm a big believer that the best support, the best motivation that we can get is from within ourselves. And I get it sounds corny, it sounds cheesy, but I'm going to be honest, I love being corny. I love being cheesy, and I do a lot of corny, cheesy, cliche stuff in my notebooks. And guess what? It works. It's effective. Have you ever seen the Rocky movies? Those are incredibly cheesy, and they're amazing, okay? And speaking of Rocky, those have a lot of quotes, too. I think I actually have written down a good amount of Rocky quotes in my days. What I'm trying to say is it's important to have these pep talks with yourself. It's important to have these, why am I doing this? What am I going after today? Those types of talks with yourself. Really, you just got to become your own hype man. And I can tell you one thing that really motivates me too is my channel members, and specifically my Simply Gold member, Katie Coffee Mug. Thank you so much for becoming my first Simply Gold member. It's outrageous the amount of support you give me, and I can't thank you enough. Number 2 is keeping an accountability notebook. This one is a little bit more serious than the motivational one because it's for those days where we're really about to fall off the wagon, or maybe we did fall off the wagon, whether it be for health reasons, like maybe you went to McDonald's on the day that you were supposed to go home and eat rice and chicken, right? This notebook is to help keep you in check. Not just to prevent those things from happening, but to also confront yourself for when you do fail. And a direct example of this that I like doing is keeping a list of my current goals and also my long-term goals, if I'm being honest. It's really a combination of both. And asking myself, did I accomplish these things today? Did I stay in check, stay on the right path? For example, did I go to the gym like I was supposed to? Did I binge Netflix instead of doing those dirty dishes? Those types of things. What I can tell you from experience is you're gonna have days where you fall off. And that's kind of the whole process behind this accountability is for when you do fall off, write about it. It's so easy to just ignore the days that we just don't do good on and only write about the days that we excel in. The reason I put emphasis on writing about the days we fail is because if we write about the mistakes we made, it helps, 1, motivate us to not make those mistakes again, but 2, it shows us the specific areas that are really getting us the most, right? The next one is keeping a creative project notebook. And this might sound corny, but I'm a firm believer that every single person on this planet is meant to express themselves through some form of creation. It can be literally anything, but I'm an even bigger believer in not ignoring that itch, not ignoring that urge to create. This notebook is specifically designed to be that safe haven for you because there's a lot of insecurity when it comes to the creative side of ourselves that we just don't like sharing with everybody. And one of the biggest problems that I think a lot of people face is we have these ideas that come across, but we just don't take the time to even not just act on them, but to even acknowledge them or write them down. It's important to just let yourself be creative and let yourself think creatively. Life doesn't have to be all serious and productive and work related and money related. Like, have some fun, okay? The next notebook idea is to keep a passion notebook. I'm sure we all have that thing or things where we could talk about for ages, right? But our family or friends just don't want to hear it. Well, dang it, I'm going to keep a notebook then to have these conversations and to go in depth about these things because I want to talk about this stuff. Whether it's about sports, I love talking about football specifically, and I love writing about football, and I don't want to bore my wife to death talking about football stuff she just cannot care less about. I understand it too. I'm not going to put her through that. But also nerdy things like, look, Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, right? I love Marvel. I love a lot of the geeky stuff, and I can't comfortably go in depth with my family and friends about that because they just look at me like, you need help, okay? Like, settle down. We're not the ones. I go to my notebook is what I'm trying to tell you. And I think it's a good idea. You don't have to, I'm not saying you can't talk to people, right? I'm not encouraging you not to talk to, the community of people who are into those things, but those people, those communities aren't always available to us. And it's also nice to just have a quiet time, have alone time to yourself to go in depth about some nerdy things or whatever it is that really just makes you feel alive. All I'm saying is try it. You'll be surprised at how fun it really is. The last one I want to talk about is really just keeping a micro journal or really a micro commonplace book. And what is a micro journal compared to a regular journal? Well, it's literally just a smaller journal compared to a bigger journal. That's quite literally it. But it is a lot more impactful than it sounds because especially if you're newer to journaling or if you have tried journaling in the past in a bigger notebook, it is a little bit more intimidating to open up maybe say like an A5 size notebook compared to a small pocket notebook. It's just human nature to look at that and be more intimidated by a bigger blank page compared to a small pocket notebook page where you can just freely doodle, freely jot down some quick notes. It's easier to write in a pocket notebook. My pocket notebook serves as my journal on the go. I used to lug my bigger journals around with me, but I couldn't do it conveniently or in a way that really felt truly, truly comfortable to me. So I kind of stopped bringing my main journal with me and mostly just my pocket notebook darn near everywhere I go. And it works. It works so well. And it helps me write down ideas that I can explore more in my main journal later when I get home. Trust me, all I'm trying to say in this video, guys, is I understand the feeling of getting a new pocket notebook. A new fancy, it doesn't have to be fancy, even if it's a cheaper one. You take it out of the plastic wrapping and you're looking at it like, I want to use this thing. But then you're like, what am I going to use it for? These ideas are going to help you out. I at least want you to give them a try. I think one of these is bound to stick. One of these is bound to really be a good time for you. I think that these 5 ideas will help you get consistent utilization out of your pocket notebook. I appreciate your time stopping by. Thank you again to Katie Coffee Mug for becoming the first Simply Gold member. Once again, please feel free to check out channel memberships if you're interested. If not, feel free to subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Later.